Can't hear you.
Could you speak louder, please, sir?
All right, good morning, Emmaus Rotary and guests. Please let's stand and sing America the Beautiful. Thank you, Sue Wenner, for pinch hitting on that. And Doug Brinker, do you have our invitation?
Let's pray. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for today, our family, our friends, and the fellowship surrounded by us today. Help guide us in serving our community and bettering our world. Amen.
Amen.
All right, welcome everybody. Happy December. December is Rotary's Disease Prevention and Treatment Month. We have a lot going on, and as you see today, there's a lot of guests here, so we welcome all the guests. Mike, who are the guests?
Good morning, Emmaus Rotary. Good to see everyone here. I think we have about 12 guests, so I will be the program today, just working through everyone who's here. First of all, we have, and I'll apologize right up front if I mispronounce anyone's name. Looks like Greg Moser, guest of Pat McNeilis. Where's Greg Moser? Greg is here. Welcome to Greg. We have Vicki Dunn, guest of David Dunn. Where's Vicki? Thank you for being with us. We have Megan Reed is our Rotarian. They're flip-flopped here. Some people do. Megan's a guest here with Lauren Beck. Where's Lauren Beck? Welcome, Lauren. I told you I'd mess this up. Okay, so we have Jared. Boy, this is a tough one. Hannah. Jared Hannah. Guest of Doug Blakely. Looks like Corinne Goodwin. Guest of Jim Ponquist. I don't remember ever going to the back page. This is a good thing. So we have, it looks like Suzanne Hinkle, guest of Eric Locke. Where's Suzanne? Suzanne, welcome. Joe Bartera, guest of Don Blows. Joe's over here. Boy, I gotta get different glasses. Adam Valesky, guest of Larry Dohagan. Larry wanted to say a word about Adam.
Yes, first,
Where are you?
his last name is Adam Volsky.
Volsky.
Adam is the owner of Iron Crush Training in Trexlertown, and it's very timely that he was able to come today because Adam just completed a terrific project that Uncle Bob Halsey's really going to appreciate. So Adam, you want to tell everybody about it?
So every year at my gym, we do a fundraiser we call it Crushers That Care. It started as a members party. It started as a members party, and we decided if we're all going to get together and have a good time, we might as well do something good for the community. I like doing something for kids, and I'm thankful that my own son was born healthy and happy, so I'd like to do something for kids that maybe don't have quite the same opportunities. And so I connected with the Miracle League through Larry here. He connected me with Bob. And this was our second year raising money for the Miracle League, and it looks as though we've raised over $7,000. Wow.
Thank you, Adam Valesky. Larry, thank you for bringing Adam with you today. Craig Collins, guest of Steve Gould. Craig. Another student I knew from Emmaus High School. Owes me detentions, I think. Actually, his mom taught there, was an excellent math teacher, if I remember correctly, and kept him in line while he was there, I think. Susan Schlainer, guest of Ashley Laura. Where's Susan? Over here. And also Karen Paula's guest of Ashley Laura. You can tell Ashley's an overachiever. She couldn't just bring one, she had to bring two. And Bob Hollander, guest of Christina Price. Where? Ah,
That's the problem, Mike. We're working that one out.
Yeah.
that's spinning around, it's hard.
All right, thanks, Mike. It is great to see so many guests here today. We really encourage the guests to ask the person that brought you, the member that brought you, what Rotary is all about, what it means to them, and what we do. We do a lot. And this is the first part of it, is getting together and having some fellowship and getting organized for all we do in the community. So thank you very much to all the members that brought guests today, and thank you to all the guests that came today. So we have a tradition here at Emmaus Rotary that the first Thursday of the month we celebrate our Emmaus Rotarians' birthdays. So, Val.
Good morning. We have a handful of Rotarians celebrating birthdays in the month of December. When I call your name, please stand. Frank Mastronami is December 6th. Chad Stuckey, December 14th. Craig Reber, December 18th. Doug Ripley, December 21st. Christina Price, December 23rd. Gordon Chance, December 26th. Elijah is December 28th. And JP Raynock is also December 28th.
Yes, so we got to get you to run that little riff at the end there. That's not in the book. So I only have one announcement from the podium this morning. December 19th is our Christmas meeting, Christmas celebration meeting. We have the Emmaus Chorale coming in. And for all members and any guests that are here today, if you feel like coming out, you'll be blown away. They put a show on for us that is unbelievable. So just remember that, everybody, on December 19th. And also, we will be having a board meeting following that Thursday because Christmas is the following Thursday. So our board meeting is pushed up 1 month. I do encourage all the committee chairs to try to come to the board meetings. You're on the agenda to give an update, so keep that in mind. And also to all the Rotarians, board meetings are worth makeup meetings. Okay, announcements from the floor. Cindy.
Going around, today is the day we're starting our Lincoln and Jefferson weekend food packing. We have enough volunteers for today. We are now going to pack immediately after the Rotary meetings each week. It's going to take less than an hour. So we were able to change that. For those of you that don't know, in the East Penn School District, our school district, we have over 2,000 students who go hungry on weekends in the summer. So the Rotary, we have taken an initiative through a grant. This summer, along with the Kiwanis Lions and Lioness, we did a summer program at the elementary school. We are now expanding that to weekend programs, starting with the elementary schools, and we expect to expand that. But I have sign-up sheets for 3 people for each week through January, so please sign up because we like to plan in advance. Again, it won't take up much time, and we'll have more news on that. We're going to expand into the business community to get more funds and expand through all the schools once we get this going.
Thank you. Alicia, you ready?
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I just want to remind you we're going to be celebrating International Women's Day again next March the 6th. We'll be honoring a woman from the community and a woman Rotarian, who have distinguished themselves for their volunteer service. And we have letters here, the nomination letters. I'm going to be passing this box around, so please look into here and pick up your envelope so that you know what the nomination criteria is all about. And please support our efforts to honor women and submit nominations from women in the Lehigh Valley. I also want to remind you, so I'm going to pass these around, and they are in alphabetical order, so if you haven't picked up yours, please make sure you pick your nomination, your envelope there. I also want to remind you that the Rotarian Woman that we honor every year is for Rotarians from areas 1 and 2, which is 10 clubs in area 1 and 2, primarily the Lehigh Valley. The presidents of the club usually submit the nomination, not usually, they must submit the nomination for the Rotarian Woman, but the members of the club can make recommendations to their president as to who should be nominated. The nomination, the criteria for the women from Rotary, we used Rotary's criteria plus the Chicago Women's Rotary Club. The Rotary Club of Chicago that Rotary International recommended. It's very similar to the community women, except that any Rotarian in good standing is eligible, but there are some criteria for the Rotarians. They need to be involved in international and local projects, both, because we are international. It does not mean that the Rotarian have to go to the other country. Many of us have, but many of us have not. But it does mean that you have involved in projects. For example, youth exchange program. I can tell you, it takes a lot of time to do that. Not just raising money for an international project, but actually participating, being a part of it, working with the committee in the other countries to get that project going. That's what this international project is all about. It's wonderful you were there. It's even better. However, members of our committee are not eligible for nomination. Neither are the members of the District 7430 Cindy, what's the name? Leadership team, LDT, which means if someone is serving in the district leadership team, they are not eligible. Women are not eligible for that either. And really, we're trying to get the Rotarians who are doing a lot of work to be recognized. And you know that the first year we had a woman from the Bethlehem Club, and the second year, last year, we had a woman from the Allentown West Club, Rotarians, who exemplify what Rotary is all about. So please help us support our efforts.
Thank you, Alicia. And thank you for all the effort you put into that. It's a lot of work. Sorry, I have to keep the program moving here. But also, just want to let everybody know who are guests here today. We are an international organization. There's 33,000 clubs across the entire globe. So this is an organization that's connected to everywhere you can go. Okay, what else we got? Rose.
So our exchange student that we're sponsoring from Finland is switching families this weekend. I have a card that I'm going to pass around and ask that you just sign your name. It's a thank you card for her first host family, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Rose. Karen.
We're still collecting twin blankets, comforters, so I'll still keep collecting them and go to Turning Point. And then for those of you who did gifts for Zion's Church, I'll be collecting them today. And if you've forgotten, then just get my telephone number and I'll arrange. And then this Saturday, our community committee is going to be at the Triangle in Emmaus for old-fashioned Christmas, and we'll be doing letters for Santa. We're actually looking for Emmaus Rotary brochures. I don't know if anybody has any brochures that we could give out.
Brochures.
Brochures.
I got a few of those. Oh, groceries.
Brochures.
Leaflets. Brochures. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Donnie. I think Thanksgiving is still here a little bit. But Karen and I actually had dinner together on Thanksgiving, and it was a nice night. So. Dale.
Ralph has something to say.
Ralph.
Just want to report to everybody. We got an overflow of food. Thank you to everybody. We also collected $47, which will go to the food bank. all the food, it goes to the Emmaus Food Bank. They distribute it on Tuesday and Thursday of every week, and it goes to the needy people in the area. We thank you for your efforts, and we appreciate everybody contributing. Thank you all.
Mike?
Good morning again. Two quick things. First, on your tables, I have the clipboard again with the questionnaire. I made a mistake. I was not thorough enough the last time. I'd like everyone to complete this. There's actually 2 on each of these. It's only 6 questions. It was not optional. I want everyone, all our members, to complete this 6-question questionnaire. And number 2, as part of that, one person from the table, I have the box over there by the door. If one person from the table could just put this in the box on your way out. Second thing, those new members who have not done a classification talk, who are you? Put your hands up nice and high. Okay, I need one of you to do in January. Who's going to do January? Wade will do January, classification talk in January. I'm good.
Wow, Mike.
All right.
It's good stuff. Jim?
So dues invoices are out. If you didn't get an invoice in an email from me, don't send me a check because some of you paid for the year and we're only doing the last half of the year. You're due December 15th or about 26, 27% paid already.
Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Steve. All right, quickly, I asked everybody for coats, gloves, mittens, and hats. Please give them to Cindy today for the school district. She'll drop them off at the counselor's office so they can get them distributed. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Where's your get? Is there an empty chair there next to you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Very good. All right, membership chair. Joe!
I'm going to keep it short and quick. This Friday, that's tomorrow. Emmaus Public Library, Friends of Emmaus Public Library, holiday book sale at the library, 6 to 8. There'll be cheese, wine, and be merry. All right, so be there.
One more thing.
One more, Chi-Chi.
St. Anne's Chorus will be our entertainment.
St. Anne's Chorus will be there. Okay, cool, good. All right, any other? Rick, you got one more?
Yeah, Emmaus Bakery Partners are putting on Old Fashioned Christmas on Saturday, 2:30. They're doing
2:30 is the free movie at the movie theater by Edward Jones. Jeff,
What's the movie?
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Bring a canned good to give to get into the movie. It doesn't cost anything. Get there early. Last year we had to turn 100 people away. Santa's coming about 4:30. Comes in on a fire truck. Tree lighting's at 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Perfect, all right. Well, it's good to see we don't have much going on. Okay, who has the raffle this morning? Johnny. So for the guests, we have a 50-50 raffle every Thursday morning. You pay $2 in, and 3 tickets that are pulled win $10.
Three, two, one.
Last off.
321.
Whoa! Right. Remember, he's a membership chair, so JP, here are the applications. Anybody who wins the raffle automatically has to join Rotary.
The last 3.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5, Ralph. All right, Ralph. Ralph, you can buy your pink plane ticket now. membership chair, who doesn't have a guest today. All right, that worked out perfectly. So before I pass it over to our Sergeant at Arms, real quick, we have a Emmaus Rotarian member for the guests here who lives in Kenya. His name is Peter Nagagia. You may have known him, and he gave me a few sheets of paper with Peter's wise sayings. So I've been reading 2 wise sayings per week. This is from the new round of the email that I got from Peter. Know the value of living within your means, and let the good fire keep burning. Sarge.
I guess I have to go quickly.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Megan, thank you very much for filling in for me.
You're welcome.
I did not forget how to do this, people. There were some that were late. They have paid me already. Bryce, did you buy a pin from anybody yet, Bryce?
I can't hear you. I'm trying to find my
You owe me $2 for no pin. JP was late. Jeff Moyer, oh yeah, he left early. Yeah. Oh, Ashley. I'm glad you brought guests and your breakfast was paid for, but rumor has it you might have been on TV.
Yes.
So,
$50.
I know a color picture is worth $5. Ashley, how much money do you have?
Not all that I have. It's $16.
Sounds like
Yeah, don't let me guilt you in there.
Yeah.
Off on the radio this week.
I also have, people look out for me. I have some old pictures here. I was trying to confirm if this one was Steve.
Yeah, it is.
Here. Is that Steve?
Close enough.
Close enough, yes.
I'm giving $5 for the Miracle League donation by Adam.
Very good. Thank you. There's 2 here for Rick and Sal. I think I might have fined you before for it. I'm not sure though, I forget. So your picture's here and somebody gave it to me, so you guys owe me fine money. Happy dollars quick. Cindy.
I have $5, but it's a dilemma. So I walk in this morning, and one of our guests or speaker, I don't know, comes in, he says, I have a problem. This lady's picking on me. Why did they tell me, right? And I'm like, oh, well, that's too bad. So the solution is I'm giving $5, and when you become Rotarian members, both of you, then you can pick on each other and pay as well. So we appreciate
I have a happy dollar for my daughter Tina, our youngest daughter, who just turned 40. Just graduated from the sales with an MBA with a major in healthcare administration. And you may recall, I might have announced this before, but she was recently promoted to director of the RN Triage and Healthcare Management System Department. And on her new business card it says Tina Weichel, BSN, MS, MBA, RN.
So you're next, now that I got your money.
I got fun, happy, and sad dollars. It all depends on your perspective, but I'm going to be gone for a few weeks, and I won't see you until January 2nd. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year to everybody.
And I always thank you for allowing me to brag. Thank you. My daughter Aliyah just in October had the bar examination, and she passed it, and she just was sworn into the bar this past November. She, of course, has a PhD in organic chemistry. And to top it all, she just was actually recruited. She actually was approached by a law firm in Philadelphia, making about 60% more of the salary she was making with a previous law firm. Very happy.
Time for one more, Gail.
This is a reminder dollar. When Joanne Smiley shows up here, you better nail her butt, because there was a big color
production.
I gave my money, he just forget to say something. I just got my money.
But if you want to give me money for that. I think we have a good presentation coming up. Next, so back to you.
All right.
I'm blaming this all on Christina Price. She recommended this speaker and then told me he's unpredictable and humorous. He gave me 2 business cards. He's the owner and president of Oasis, a senior advisor service for families and seniors in the area of housing. That's not what he's talking about. He's here to talk about his time, 36 years studying martial arts. He's an 8th degree black belt, and he spent time in Japan studying, and has some things that might be helpful for us to know. This is Bob Hollinger.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Thank you, dear. I just got a phone call this morning from Lexa. Apparently they wanted a magician who didn't show up, so they called me. It's kind of an uncomfortable topic, self-defense. Just a little bit of the background. I've been training martial arts for 36 years. I lived 2 years in Africa. I lived 17 years in Japan, so I was overseas 20 years, originally from Reading, Pennsylvania. I moved back to this area to raise my family. My wife is Japanese. She's in Japan now. Sorry, did I smile? And I'm holding my stomach in because since she's been gone, I've been eating a lot of ice cream, things that I can't eat. Sorry, Sue Winter. I know a lot of you, Anthony Moore, a lot of you here, I know. I was looking actually for a Rotary to join. I visited the Allentown branch, and I didn't realize what all they did. I'm very involved with volunteering my time. I do a lot with the sex trafficking. I travel to Thailand, I travel to the Philippines. I'm going there next month to help battered women. I'm very big on empowering people to defend themselves. Being overseas 20 years, a lot of people smile at me and I never knew whether they wanted to take my head off or they liked me. Coming back to America, and thank you for the God Bless America. I love my country, I love my flag, and I'm also a man of faith. Dealing with protecting yourself, and we read about it, would you say America as a country is getting more respectful, more safe, or less respectful and less safe? I'm not going to ask you to answer that, but I know you're thinking it. Let me ask you a quick question about the self-defense part of this. And Lexa said, please compact 36 years into 10 minutes. All right, let me ask you a question. If you're in a parking lot, okay, and there's a bad person there, and I'm looking at you, all right, am I going to wait till you walk by? I'm going to look at you, check you out, and then decide to attack? Or am I just going to see you walk by, not ever look at you, and then attack you? So again, am I going to engage with you eye to eye first, and then decide to attack? Or am I just going to let you walk by and then attack? How many say I'm going to check your eyes out first? How many say, no, I'm just going to see an old woman walk by, I'm going to attack from behind? Okay, you're wrong. Okay, the study of martial arts is the study of animals. An animal will always look another animal in the eye and attack before they attack. What are they looking for? Fear, weakness. All right, and if I sense fear, what am I going to do? Yep, it's showing me you're vulnerable. Okay, how many of you carry, well maybe I shouldn't answer this question. How many of you have something to defend yourselves? All right, okay, let me just backtrack on that one. If you do have something to defend yourself, all right, and you're in a parking lot situation, okay? I'm gonna pick on Christina here. If I'm looking at Christina and Christina has something on her to defend herself, okay? And I look at her, all right, and she looks down. Oh, geez, that big guy over there. What is she showing me? Fear, okay? So whatever you have to defend yourself, make sure that you're able to get that out without breaking eye contact. Makes sense? If you're in a situation, you want to look around you to see if there's anything that you could use to defend yourself. Okay? Keys. Okay? And I didn't laugh. When everyone said that about the brochures, I didn't laugh. I knew what you meant. All right. Keys can be a great weapon. Okay, but if you attack someone here, all right, it's not going to do anything. You can hit me in the stomach. Please, could you just... Oh, Jesus. Well, I did laugh at the brochures. All right, what you want to do is something like this, okay? Is put it here. Okay, now it's a weapon. Now it's a weapon. Okay, pen can be a great weapon. Again, you have to have it here. Okay? Christina asked if she could hit me with this. Okay.
You ready for me?
I am.
All right, I'm taking my jacket off.
I've been waiting a long time for
All right.
Okay. A mistake that... Here, hold this. This way. I told you I'm holding my stomach in. All right.
Like this, down
No,
here?
no, this way, please. All right, this is made of oak right here.
Okay.
Right
Oh, like
there.
this. Oh, I
Okay, a
got it.
mistake people make, especially the elderly, and you want to have these conversations with your kids or your grandkids. The mistake that most people make, all right, when they hold something like this, all right, right here.
Right here?
Yep. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, ouch, that hurt me.
That hurt my stomach and she hit my elbow. Okay.
Right here? Wait. I played softball for 12 years.
We're good. All right. I did that last week at a senior event, and I told the woman to hit between here and here. She went a tad low. So just let Christina. All right, that didn't. Okay, that's the mistake that people make. The two places that she hit me are the two places that are my strong point. They're probably somewhat your strong point too. Okay, Christine, I want you to tell me when you feel uncomfortable. Of course, you know me. Well, yeah, I know you.
What do you want me to do?
Debbie, you're so cute. All right.
I have a big comfort zone.
All right. I know Christina well. We work together in a comfort zone. Dear, we never met before, have we? I want you to tell me when you start feeling uncomfortable. Up there. Okay, good. All right. Everyone has that comfort zone where someone gets close. All right. And if it's a family friend, if it's your grandson or your granddaughter, of course they're in that zone. They can get as close as they want. Strangers, we have that feeling where something goes oh. And I've had that in Casablanca. I've had that in Bangkok. When you have that feeling, trust it. Trust it, because oftentimes your inner soul is telling you, all right, to be careful. Okay? But that also shows you, I'm an expert at staying alive. It also shows you the weak point of someone who's attacking you. All right? And how this works, very simply, all right, can I pick on you? Okay, how a stalker works, how this all works most of the time, all right, is I'm going to look at you. All right? She's either going to look away, she's going to look down. Okay? Then if I approach her, maybe she's going to do something, have something. Okay? But if I come over here, shh, don't say a word. Okay. How are you feeling? If I came up down to you, shh, don't say a word. Yep. Okay, you're gonna do one of three things. You're either gonna fight me, you're gonna run away, or you're gonna freeze. Okay, what you can't do is freeze. And it happens in schools. It happens everywhere. All right? If she freezes, is that what I want? That's it. So the general rule with self-defense, and I know I don't have much time, all right, is you want to do the opposite of what I want. You want to take the comfort zone and switch that around. Okay? So if I come up to her and I say, shh, don't say a word, all right? She doesn't say anything, okay? I'm going to say, come with me. Where am I going to take her?
Your van.
I'm going to take her to a place less secluded, okay? Shh, don't say a word.
Get away from me.
Oh, no. All right. Now she reversed things there. Okay? So the best thing that you can do or you want to teach your kids to do, kids, you want to just tell them to run. All right? The first thing you want to do is scream. Okay? But the second part of this is if you're afraid, and it's okay to be afraid. It's natural to be scared, but you have to keep your wits about you. Every language has the expression, take a deep breath. What that does is it lowers your center of gravity. Christina, could you go back here again, please? Yeah. All right. All martial arts is a lowering of your center of gravity. Okay? So what I want you to do here is I want you to imagine there's a small ball of fire right between your eyes. All I'm going to do is I'm going to test your balance. Put your hands down, relax. All right? Okay, small ball of fire right between your eyes. Okay, you're rather off balance. She doesn't want to move. Okay, now what I want you to just relax. All right, relax. Take that down about 2 inches down below your belly button, 2 inches back. That's the center of your body. Bend your legs. Relax. I want you to have that center button right down there, that small ball of fire right down here. All right, see how strong you are. All right, she's relaxed and she's strong. Now bring them back up here. All right, good. Thanks. All right, and that simple exercise, all that shows is that if you're upset, you're like an inverted triangle. You can't fight, you can't do anything. All right, now I'm going to go to you, please. Okay, can you stand up, please? All right, if I'm going to hit you, all right, just don't say a word. All right, if I come here, 70% of people put this arm up. Okay, that's not going to stop this. It's not going to stop me. Okay, the general rule here is you never, number 2, and I teach this to kids all the time, don't allow yourself to be hit. Don't hit anyone, but don't allow yourself to be hit. So, oh, yep, right there. Here and here. Here and here. Okay? Now the next part of this, oh, I'm sorry. I know I only have a couple more minutes. Okay, how this works, shh, don't say a word. She screams at me. I'm a bit off, all right? The next thing I want to establish with her that I'm losing if she screams at me is what? Control, yep. So the next step, now I'm losing it. So now I'm going to try to grab her, all right? And there again, you can't freeze. All right, again, there you go. All right, thank you, dear. My last question I'm going to ask you is, if you're going to attack me, if you're going to fight me, what are you going to do? Knee you? Where? Well, no. There was some pointage. That's why I'm standing behind the podium now for the first time.
Gonna hit you with a brochure.
Yeah. I'm not even going to touch that one. How many of you, especially the ladies, and it's interesting when I deal with 90-year-old people, the women, how they phrase that, where you're just kicking, well, yeah, okay. All right, that's not your best option. All right, any other options? Yep. Well, everyone got up and throw. All right. Okay, very good. So again, we're eliciting some things here that would be good. The reality is that most people say, I'm going to punch you. Okay? Now my fist for the years, you can't really... Fists are actually pretty hard. And how you can tell how strong your fist is, if you can punch someone, is that what you do with the person next to you. Alright? I'm just... Did you think I was going to go there? Yeah, I said it. She said I was unpredictable. Alright, what I want you to do to the person next to you, make a strong fist and see if you can pinch any skin. See if you can pinch any skin. Okay, if you can't pinch any skin, that's why I say do it to the person next to you. Because he's over here, can't get any. Pretty strong. All right, and the neighbor's usually a little more honest. All right, if you can't get any skin, that means your fist is pretty strong. Okay, if you can't, can you get any there? No. Well, you got a hair. All right, okay, if your fist is strong, means your wrist is strong. Okay, everywhere I go, I say that the best exercises that you could do or your kids could do, whether they're playing basketball, football, baseball. I mean, put your arms out here, please. Okay, now what I want you to do is not come here. I want you to come here. Put your knuckles as if you're punching someone. Okay, and I want you to come back here, keep this flat, as if you're squeezing an apple. And I want you to come strong. Keep your arms straight. Okay, let's start here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, like you're squeezing an apple, not a grape. 5, 6, 7, 8, everyone can do 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My grandmother can do 30. She hasn't been here in 30 years. 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. All right, you want to do this. All right, now to those of you who did it seriously, move your shoulders back and then the other way. Okay, the last part of this that I want to share, and it's kind of the most unpleasant, but if someone's in this situation, don't say a word, you try to grab it. When you're in, someone tries to get in close to you, they're the most vulnerable. And some of you mentioned it, the face is actually the most vulnerable. All right, right here. All right, and hit here. So my advice is to not hit with here. Hit with your fist, your hands, but to hit with your palm. Okay, and how this works, all right, anytime you're striking someone, all right, if this gentleman here is a big gentleman, if he comes here or here, it's very easy to defend. What martial arts is all about is coming straight in. So if you're going to attack someone, you want to have your arm, all right, not come here and here where it's weak, all right, but straight in, all right, straight in. All right, I have 2 daughters. One is a junior at Emmaus. Both went through the East Penn School District. One is now at George Mason. Both have trained with me since they're 5, all right? They have had issues. One was at the middle school, all right? And they were getting the balls underneath, and one of the boys grabbed her backside, all right? So she palm struck him right in the chest. He went down. Teacher came over and said, what happened? Boy wasn't going to say anything. My daughter didn't say anything. All right. These teaching moments, and I know we have some principals here, we live in a different world. All right. And I'm all about protecting myself, protecting my daughters, protecting themselves. What I often teach my kids is you have your space. Don't let anyone into that space that you don't want. Okay, and the last part of this is, again, the face, getting back to the face, the eyes. If there's ever a situation where someone is close, all right, the eyes, the ears come off very easily. And if you're in that tough situation, Now, some of you are thinking, well, the magician would have been more exciting. Do you have any questions about this? I can go on. I know we have time limits.
A couple questions, Bob. Go ahead.
Yep.
Without training for years and becoming black belt, I mean, what's the fastest, most efficient way to become confident in self-defense?
That's a tough question. I'm a big proponent of self-defense and training, and to do that, yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
So the answer is years and years.
Yeah, well, it's just being in shape.
I was wondering the same thing. If you had one session with a teenage girl for an hour, and that was the only opportunity she had to learn something, what would be the key things you would teach her?
Yep, I wouldn't talk anything about self-defense. I would talk about awareness. I would talk about situational awareness. Whenever you go outside, what I tell my daughters is every time you go out the front door, flip that switch. Flip the switch. That as soon as you're at home, we're talking, as soon as you go outside, 11 o'clock, I'm going to be speaking at a real estate group, 30 people. One of the women was, one of the real estate agents gave an open house. Everyone left, came, she's leaving. There was a gentleman waiting upstairs. He waited till everyone left. They want to bring me in and talk. So what I'm going to talk to them about is going to be the same thing, is be aware of your surroundings. All right? Know when someone's coming in. Count all the people. That's probably the biggest thing. Any last question?
Do you recommend blowing a whistle?
No. What I give my daughters is this. Get these online. I have some that are for $10. The ones from England, they're 140 decibels. You can hear for 3 football fields.
You can pull it. It's not bad. I have 4 of those at home. Go ahead.
Is anyone?
It's not bad.
Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
Sure.
What about like your car alarm?
Yep.
Like you have your keys in your hand, and you're close enough, you can hit your car
Yep.
alarm?
Yep. So the car alarm and this alarm are probably the 2 best things. The key to this is you want to draw awareness, especially women. All right? Because what I want to do is take you to a place that's less secluded. You want to make sure that you go to an area where there's more people, where it's, and again, the key here, the whole martial arts is being able to face a crisis situation calmly. But it's very unnatural, because a crisis situation, oh my God, but it's the same thing when you get that phone call. All right, and this happened to me. Hey, Bob, there's been an accident. Your father, Marine World War II vet with dementia. Hey, Bob, there's been an accident. Your father's on Route 22 with his walker. Huh? We all get those life challenges. And again, that's when you want to take a deep breath and be able to act and react in a positive manner. Like, so I'm sorry to, go ahead, sir.
There are situations that you hear about where people are in their automobile and they may be on the highway or a back road or something like that, and somebody bumps into them to get them to stop. Don't stop. Go to a place that's lighted and occupied by other people, then stop.
Yep, I have 2 teenage daughters. I tell them, go to a Wawa. Pull the alarm out, just pull it. Yep, that's great advice.
What if somebody has a firearm?
A what?
Gun. Firearm.
That's tough. I've had those in my face. If you don't have training, that's a tough one. What I'm looking for, what I advise is any person with a gun, unless they're really trained, is going to have a second or 2 where they're going to lose focus. And that's what I'm looking for. Having been overseas for 20 years, I could tell some stories that my daughters haven't heard. I'm looking for that one point where he looks here, she looks here, but then we're getting into the TV type of things. Hey, I apologize for going over. If anyone has any questions, I teach martial arts, I teach karate, but for me it's a mission. I give the money back to charities in the area. I teach at Bethany Church right here. I live right down on Princeton Road. And if you see me again, it's because I really like to be part of the Rotary. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Bob. That was awesome. That was cool. That was a great presentation. All of our presentations are really awesome. And thank you so much to Lexa, who is on her last few for the year, and Mike's going to take over. And then Megan, where are you, Megan? She's going to be the new editor, which Mike is thrilled about. So there's two things I'd like to do. First, before we stand up and close with the pledge, to the guests that are here, Rotary follows by something called the four-way test, and it's the things we think, say, or do. So recite this with me, members. First, is it the truth? Second, third, and fourth, so if that intrigues you, then talk to the member that brought you here or one of the membership chairs, and they'll give you a Rotary brochures. Okay. Let's stand and close with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.